So anyway guys, it's Sunday and I've been busy working on the truck, and in the evening I've been doing some editing, and that takes a while, you know. I mean, if I were to do like a how-to video, this would take like twice as long. So sorry about that. I'm just trying to give you the highlights, what I've learned along the way. There's a lot of other videos on YouTube you can find on doing auto repairs and stuff. Just giving you my experiences here. You can see where I screw up. But this is what I got planned today. I gotta change out that mirror. Put my antenna on there. I got a new antenna. That's another thing where I gotta pull the radio back out again one more time. But what I really wanted to show you is some details on the wiring on this rear tailgate window, because I've already got a question about that. Okay, I kind of oversimplified things just because of time, you know. I want to get this thing done. I got to spend time thinking, and I start thinking. I don't like being interrupted. I start losing track. Get sidetracked. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to right now. I'm going to show a quick diagram of the wiring on this rear 95 Ford Bronco window, the two circuits controlling the window. Okay, and like I said, I was doing this last night, and I was trying to do it on Photoshop, and I was just scratching my head there, go, how do I do this? You know, at about 12:30 I just said, I'll forget it. I could do it quicker with a pencil and paper, right? So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, I'm going to try to do this as easy as possible here. Hopefully there's not too much noise. But basically, you've got two circuits going to the rear motor. So your rear motor's down here. Remember, this is just a diagram. This ain't the real picture, but this is just like a road map. So the motor's a DC motor, right? It's got to have a positive and a negative. So you got two wires going to it. And for this motor to go backwards, these two wires got to switch polarities. One time it's positive, next time, and this one's negative. To go backwards, this one's got to go positive, this one's got to go negative. So there's a series of switches in here. So I got the switches highlighted in yellow. Those are not the switches, but the actual contacts in the switch. Okay, the switches are, it's a box like that. Okay, but these are actual contacts inside. Okay, same thing up here. This is your dash panel. Here's the switch in your dash. Same thing. If there's inside the switch, there's a set of contacts. Okay, so for starters, there's only one ground. See the ground over here? Where's it grounded to? I have no idea, but there's the ground. So if we follow the ground typically goes to the chassis. That ground goes up into this switch and goes to this contact. Goes that one contact there where it says up. Yeah. And then it goes down over here to the motor, or to the contact there. And also, as you can see right here, this goes like this. So if you look carefully, ground goes to two contacts here. So you should have right off the top. Here's your circuit breaker for your rear door switch for the tailgate, the switch in the tailgate. It's hot at all times. That's what that's for. Hot at all times. Oh, you stupid thing. Hot at all times. This one's green. So those are hots. The hot goes to the circuit breaker. It's on your fuse panel, number 12. Goes down, splits up here, and goes to the up button and goes to the down button on the switch. And if you look carefully, you see there's no contact right here. So, for this motor to run, when I push the button, actually turn the key. Let's see here. So I turn the key. So let's just say my key's here. You turn the key, and you want it to go up. This side is up. And this side is down. I want the motor to spin the window up, to put the window up, right? So when you turn the key this way, this contact right here switches. This is the switch. It switches from ground over here to positive. Sends power down to the motor, and the motor goes up. Because here's ground. It's making contact. You got a loop there going. See that? Power goes in, power goes back out, up, around, down, back to ground. The motor goes up. When you release the key, well, the switch opens back up and this turns back into a ground again. So they're both grounds going to the motor. Now when you go to turn it down, this switch over here switches it. Now it makes contact here. Now this turns to power, and this one goes back to ground. Goes all the way back to ground again. So it reverses polarity. It looks a little more complicated than it is, but you know, once you figure, yeah, see. Right now, that's the way the switch is until you turn the key. The switch goes from this side to this side. Basically, there's a little switch. It closes this side and opens this side, so it's just a contact. Contact goes from that side to that side. And then changes this from positive to a negative, then it goes back to the negative. Over up on this switch is a similar thing. Right now it's a ground, but when you hit the switch, it switches over. This is your circuit breaker 14. Goes to your windows and your door locks, but also goes up to the switch. It's only hot when the key is turned on. You got to turn the key on. See? Key on. Right now this wire is a ground, right? But when I turn the switch closes this one and opens this one. Oh, it switches over. Yeah, it basically switches over from that wire to that wire. Sends power down, back to ground. It's not that complicated. So right now, the guy that was asking me the question says his window goes up, but it doesn't go down. I told him, you got two hot wires going into this switch. This square thing here is your switch. You've got two hot legs that are hot at all times. So if it goes up, I'm sure it's getting hot on one side, but the downside, he might not be getting power to that second wire. And this wire is a black-white. It's black with a white stripe. Black-white. It's black-white even underneath the frame rail back to the circuit board. Black-white. So he's getting power to the back, but he's not getting power to here, I assume. Could be something else. Could be that the switch isn't working. The switch isn't switching over like it's supposed to. And this switch is just, this is the whole switch. You'd have to get the whole thing. What else could it be? Doesn't go down. That's the only thing I can figure. He's not getting power here, but he's going to have to check it. All he has to do is check it, get his tester out, attach it to this wire, and run your other wire off your circuit tester to ground, and it should light up. This switch actually, this switch actually has a little button on there. The button for up, the button for down, and like the keys in the middle, and it has like a little lever on it, right? So when you turn the key, the lever swings down and pushes the button. Want it to go the other way, you turn the key the other way and it pushes the button. And inside there is the contacts. So you could do this by hand. Stick your finger in and you can hear the buttons click, 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 click. And then, oh, if you're looking at the switch, as you can see, it's got 6 wires going to it. 2 to the motor, 2 to this switch, and then 2 to this switch. These 2 should be ground, and these 2 are hot. So you got 2 hots, 2 grounds, which are in green, and then these switch back and forth until you push the appropriate button. Da, 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 da. So I learned this by doing it myself. Yeah, spending all day yesterday trying to figure this stuff out. Figuring how does it switch between positive and negative to get the motor going backwards. I'm thinking it's got to have 4 wires in, right? 2 hots, 2 grounds, yeah, just 2 wires, and a switch that switches back and forth. So anyway, I hope that makes some kind of sense to you. I got to get busy on my mirror and the mirror and the radio antenna. What happened? Oh, I need power. Frankie Ford, Sea Cruise.